CBS presents this program in color.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Tommy, what have you done with yourself all week?
Well, since the last time that we were together...
It was a whole week ago. I haven't seen you. What have you been doing?
What I've been doing is I've been reading up on the situation in Red China, because everybody's following that, and so I thought I'd follow...
That's right. The whole world's watching Red China, and they're watching to see what Chairman Mao Zedong's going to do over there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Everybody's
watching what Mao's going to do, yeah.
That's right. Everybody's going to watch. They look up to Chairman Meow.
You mean the Chinese? The Chinese people look up to Chairman Mao. That's what you're trying to say.
No, Chairman Meow.
No, I think it's Mao Zedong.
No, it's Meow.
It is not.
Then why would every morning across a giant? This Chairman Meow. Every morning across a giant Asian landmass, 700 million Chinese get up in the morning and they say, "What's new, pussycat?"
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. With guest star Inger Stevens, the Turtles, and special guest star Jimmy Durante, Nelson Riddle and his orchestra, and the Anita Kerr Singers, brought to you by McQueen.
Best in the world.
From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, meet the Smothers Brothers.
Hi, Torero, she is here.
Hi, Matador.
Matador. I feel her eyes, they are wide with excitement and fear. I feel her heart, for it cries when the horns are too near. I will be bold, brave, and swift will I be. I will be Torero Uno, Torero Tino. She'll dream tonight of me. Ole, ole, ole. Ha! Viva el Matador. Ole, ole, ole. Ha! Oh, viva el Matador. When I first came over to this country from my native land of Spain, I found a vast difference. For coming from the colorful homeland of Spain...
Starting off, you're wrong. You're not from Spain. You're not from the colorful homeland of Spain.
I'm from...
You're not Spanish.
I'm Spanish, and I lived in a small casa. And I used to hang around a lot of the bars with caballeros.
You're full of bull. That is about the only Spanish in you. We grew up together. We did everything together.
We didn't do everything together. Remember Saturdays, remember you went to the movies?
Yeah, of course.
I went to Spain. And that's where I learned about bullfighting. Ole! Ole, ole, ole. Venga, ha, ha! Viva el Matador. Yes, Yes, sir.
It's okay, Chuck. Go ahead.
There were many brave bullfighters who fearlessly faced El Toro.
That's the bull.
No, that's no bull. That's what they called him, El Toro.
Tommy, who was, in your opinion, the greatest of the Spanish matadors?
One man, El Paquito. Like many toreros, he killed bull after bull, and he believed that he was invincible.
That's right.
But you know what happened? His day came. That moment of truth, and one day he finally met his match.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine yourself at the bullfight. The arena filled to overflowing. The crowd waits breathlessly for El Toro and the matador.
They've
I wasn't finished.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They wait breathlessly for
I don't
El
know why you
Toro
got
and the
upset.
matador.
They kept playing when I wasn't finished.
With you, it's a habit. They await breathlessly for El Toro and the matador, every man, woman, and child.
They've come to see the bull attack the matador. Pawing, snorting, foaming at the mouth, eyes ablaze, blood and guts over the entire arena. Fun for the entire family.
Wait a minute, Tommy. That is not what they came for. They came to see the classic struggle between man and beast. They came for the moment of truth. Now, Tom, tell us about El Paquito's moment of truth.
It happened that at that time, there was a great bull, so magnificent and so fierce that every torero, every matador was afraid to face him. And all across Spain, a whisper started that El Paquito was afraid to face this dangerous bull. But he was not afraid.
No, he wasn't afraid. He was a great matador.
That's right, he was not afraid. Wasn't real crazy about the idea, but he was not afraid. And he forced himself to get out of the hospital bed to face this dreaded bull.
You mean El Paquito was recovering from wounds from a prior fight?
Yes, he'd been gored many, many times.
Oh,
and he
great
still had
man.
his stitches in. Yet through his strength, he got up and fought that bull in the tradition of his great family name, El Paquito.
Tommy, wait a minute. I'm interested. What does El Paquito mean?
It's difficult to translate it from Spanish into English.
There's not well, if you had to translate El Paquito into English, you had to translate it. What would it be closest to in English? El Paquito.
I'd say Frank Johnson. This brave matador stepped into the arena covered with stitches. Then came the charge. El Toro snorted, pawed the earth, his red, beady eyes ablaze as he charged across the arena towards El Paquito.
And what did El Paquito do?
He completely fell apart. Just couldn't handle. Just completely.
That's a shame.
Yes.
I mean, in front of all those thousands of people to come completely unraveled like that. That is terrible. He had a mental breakdown. That's awful.
No, he just fell apart.
No, when nobody actually falls apart, he had a mental breakdown.
No, his stitches got caught in the horn and just blah. A little bit of Paquito all over the place. Ole, 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 viva el matador. Ole, ole, ha, 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 Toro, ha, ha, ha,
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just shouting at the bull. Those are the words, the Spanish words they shout at the bull.
Oh, they shout those at the... What does it mean?
Oh, nothing, just Spanish words, just, bull shouts.
Ole, ole, ole.
Oh, venga! Viva el matador.
We've got a show tonight that I'm sure will be a lot of fun for you. We have the fast-moving turtles, and later on we'll have some beautiful models presenting the new spring fashions with appropriate comment by Mr. Jimmy Durante.
And right now we're very delighted to welcome Miss Inger Stevens. You know her as a fine actress, and recently she became a recording artist. So now, since she's become a recording artist, we'd like for you all to meet Inger the singer.
This is a Swedish lullaby. A mother is telling her child that the world is much, much larger than anyone can ever believe. And she wishes her child fortune in life's difficult meadow. My mother used to sing this song to me when I was a child. Lasse, Lasse, lite, världen är så stor. Mycket, mycket större än du någonsin kunde tro. Vagar jag min älskling i hans lilla säng, önskar jag han lycka på livets svåra äng. Lasse, little Lasse, close your sleepy eyes. Run and play in dreamland under candy-colored skies. Lasse, little Lasse, may you always be just the touch of wonder that you are now for me. Önskar jag han lycka på livets svåra
You know, way back in our second show, we introduced a group called the Turtles. And we liked them so much, we asked them back again. But as you know, turtles don't move too fast. In fact, we had one group on the first show. In fact, they were named the Snails, but they didn't even, they moved so slow that someone stepped on them. But we're very happy to have the Turtles back. Both Dick and I are very happy to be associated with them, and we think they're great. Here they are, the fast-moving Turtles.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and use my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together. I can't see loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. the weather, so happy together. We're happy together, so happy together. We're happy together.
Tonight, we would like to recreate for you a great moment in history, the event that led to the discovery of America, as Miss Inger Stevens and my brother Tom relived the dramatic meeting of Christopher Columbus and Queen Isabella of Spain. The setting is the castle at Granada, the year 1491. The beautiful Queen Isabella awaits the young Italian adventurer who has advanced a revolutionary theory that the world is round.
Who is this dreamer who claims the world is round? Everyone knows the world is flat.
But Christopher Columbus is a young adventurer with vision and unquenchable spirit. He desires sailing ships in order to cross the uncharted waters and discover a new route to the Indies.
Nay. In order to discover a new route, in a fortnight, I shall need 4 sturdy ships. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa, and the Maria.
No, Tommy, it's 3. Columbus had 3, and the Santa is not a ship. That's just part of a name. It's like Santa Maria.
So be it. I shall sail with my 3 sturdy ships, the Santa Nina, the Santa Pinta, and the Santa Anita.
In the castle, Queen Isabella awaits the arrival of the young dreamer from Italy, her mind filled with skepticism and doubt. Columbus enters, paying full homage to the monarch of a great nation.
Greetings, Donna Isabella, Queen of Castile, ruler of Barcelona, Seville, Valencia, sovereign of all the Spains. Yes, sir.
It is not necessary to address me by my full title, Senor Columbus.
Your Majesty, how shall I address thee then?
As I am known to all the nobles in the court, call me Izzy.
Well, Queen Izzy, I entreat your support that I may seek a new route to the Indies and its fabulous treasures wherein there lie.
Uncovering a new route can be very dangerous, Master Columbus. What will guide you?
Aha! This shall guide me.
What?
This thing here.
What is it?
This is a sextant. A crude sextant, to be sure, but my own creation. If you look through it this way, you see the sun. If you look through it this way, you see the horizon in relationship to the sun. But if you look through it this way, what appears to be the sun is actually a dancing girl from Barcelona. Look at her go. Hope the world is round like that.
Where will you find a crew?
Oh, a crew.
Men who are insane enough to make this dangerous voyage.
We shall empty the prisons and the dungeons of Spain, and I shall man my ships with the best scum of the earth available. The tops in the dregs of humanity. Ha ha! And I shall command them. Hoist the mizzenmast! Belay the poop deck! Avast! Hey, you with the 2 earrings, out. The rest of you scum, there's a flagon of scurvy for all!
Very well, Master Columbus. There is something in your face that I trust. Kneel. I give you leave to go forth and bring honor back to Spain and to me.
Thank you, Queen Izzy. I shall find a new world, and I shall found a new country, and it shall be named after you. It shall be called Ethiopia.
Thank you, Master Columbus. My heart and my spirit will be with my gallant admiral, although my body will remain in Spain.
Say, couldn't we leave your heart and soul? I guess not.
Very well. To think, Master Columbus, that you are going to prove that the world is round like this melon.
Is that no? Wow. And I could, no, round like this plate.
I thought you were going around this way.
No, I'm going around the edge like this. If I went around like that, I'd fall off. I may be ahead of my time, but I know not.
And now it's a tremendous pleasure for me to present a man I've admired all my life. And my mother has admired him all her life. And I think my grandmother has admired him all her life, too. The eternally youthful Jimmy Durante.
Thanks ever so much, folks.
Jimmy, I want to tell you, my brother and I have really looked forward to having you on our show. You're such a legend.
Well, thanks for them sentiments, which I return in toto.
In toto?
Yes, just a little line that came to me while I was cooking a goose.
Sounds familiar. I don't know.
But you know...
Are you sure your name isn't Tom?
No. But I want to say that I really do like you kids. I've been watching your shows, and you're both marvelous. Believe me, really marvelous.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate that. And I also appreciate your coming down to the show, because I know how very busy you are.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
In addition to my TV work, I have all my nightclubs, personal appearances, and I put in at least 3 days a week on community activities. And on Sunday, I enter chicken plucking contest.
Right. Well, all I could say is I'm glad you finished plucking your chicken so you could do the show. I've got a question I'd like to ask you, Jimmy.
Why, not at all. Go right ahead. But first, let me warn you in advance, I refuse to discuss my private life.
Well, that's your privilege. I'm sure you don't do anything in your private life, though, you'd be ashamed of.
That's why I refuse to discuss it. It's a bore.
Really, the question I'd like to ask you is how great comedians like yourself, like George Burns, Jack Benny, have been able to stay popular for so many years.
A very prerogative question, Dick. But I'd have to say that each of us had the good fortune to have an outstanding feature that sets us apart from the others. Like George Burns has the peculiar throaty voice of his, and Benny has them baby blue eyes.
Yeah, and you've got something everybody talks about.
That's right. Dainty legs. But you know, as long as we're bandying words, where's the guitar player?
My brother?
Yeah, the dumb one.
Hey, Tom, come on out here.
Hi there, Jimmy.
Oh, he I didn't even know you know how to shake hands.
I do a lot of clever things like that, you know, shaking hands and stuff.
Jimmy, you used to work as a team, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Clayton, Jackson, and Durante.
They say maybe we could all work as a team, the three of us. You know, Smothers, and Durante.
Yeah, reverse the billing, and you got a good idea. Hit it, Riddle. Hit it. Any place that wants a great attraction, why, we'll be a one.
Smothers!
And Durante. Say we're in business now.
Oh, with the song and with he saying, yeah. Oh, we will earn our daily bread. For it is Smothers!
And Durante.
Yes, sir, we'll knock 'em dead. This is it. Oh, we'll be a hit. Oh, when I do my buck and we
Get it. What a night. Lord, what a
cane.
Olivia! That's it. Olivia! That's the point. Wait a minute. Stop the music. I'm working here, too. I feel like I'm being smothered to death. Tell variety. There's a new attraction.
There's a new act coming through, and it is Smothers.
Smothers!
And Durante.
Yes, sir,
We're coming through. Hit it. Yeah. Jimmy, you're really coming through.
Hey, go.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Durante is like an old pair of pants. He shines at the right moment.
For it.
You better laugh. Your job is hanging by a thread.
Hey, for it is Smothers.
Smothers!
And Durante,
Yes, sir,
we're coming through. Won't you come on, baby, won't you come? I'm on the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. Well, come on, sing.
Hey, friend, I know I
Done you wrong. Remember that day in the evening, I'll throw you out with nothing.
but a fine
Sing,
tune.
sing.
Oh,
We're splitting the money 3 ways, ain't
Not
we?
a shame.
Remember.
Won't you please come home?
Remember that lady and I drew up. Nothing but a fine tooth comb. I'm getting sick of that bum, 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 bum.
Won't you please?
So, Bailey, won't you please
Come
What you
home.
wait for me to do that?
That is
The way it will be.
It is Smothers.
And Durante.
Yes, sir.
Smothers and Durante.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. I think I've had enough of you.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute, Dick. You can stay. He's going with his brother. He's not as dumb as I thought he was. Folks, here's a number. I think it has the greatest lyrics ever written. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you. If you're young at heart, for it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind. If you're young at heart, you can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams, and life becomes exciting with each past day, and love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you derive just by being alive. Now here's the best part. You have a head start if you are amongst the very young at heart. Yes, if you're young at heart. If you're young at heart, and if you should survive to 105, look at all you derive just by being alive. Now, here is the best part. You have a good start if you are amongst the very young at heart.
We'll be right back with Jimmy Durante, Amy Stevens, and the Turtles on the second half of the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
Hi. As a public service, we'd like to give you some of the temperatures around the country. Mr. Fred Walker of Elkhart, Idaho, has a temperature of 103. And we're happy to report that little Kevin O'Leary of Rochester, New York, is normal. We'll be back with more of these exciting temperatures on the second half of the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. In line with our policy of taking a stand on the pressing issues of the day, we now present another in our continuing series of editorials. Subject: should the use of firearms be restricted? Once again, speaking for our program, Mr. Patrick Paulson, Vice President.
Many people today are suggesting that restrictions be placed on the purchase and ownership of firearms. No one questions that these are good, solid citizens, which combines deterrence. But they are grossly misguided trolls, or else they can be making for lunch or communists. But we respect them. And we will fight to the death against their right to express their opinions. First, let us define our terms. We are merely talking about simple firearms, pistols, rifles, bazookas. So let us not depart for all scleral. Secondly, I ask you, what is our most cherished right since pioneer days? The right for every man, woman, and child to carry a gun. This is not a statement of creation, but has man to meanings that even a child can understand. If you're old enough to get arrested, you're old enough to carry a gun. A gun is a necessity. Who knows, if you're walking down a street, you'll spot a moose. I feel these restrictions are a plot and a sporadic turn for listening. We at the Smothers Brothers program consider this personal attack on our own integrity. Personally, I myself carry a gun. Should I be restricted from carrying a gun? Do I look unstable? Let us not be led masked by those who would less met us. Let no man take away our liberties. Stand up and be counted. Let's preserve our freedom to kill.
If you wish a copy of the preceding editorial, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Editorial, Box 1763, Beverly Hills. California.
What we need in the world today is a guide for the married man. Some simple thing that in every way will provide for the harried man. Help him not to worry, assist him to relax, help him slow his hurry, and spare him cardiacs. Such a guide would in many ways turn the tide for the married man, enable husbands to fill their days as only the married can. Every man would praise it, it's such a splendid plan. Someday soon we shall point with pride to the guide for the married man. By the side of the married man stands the lady who shares his life. You help the bride of the married man by removing the husband's strife. Every wife who's truthful treasures married bliss, must keep her husband youthful. What better way than this? Each and every device we know should be tried for the married man. And who can question the dead hello to the guide for the married man? This makes you be so, it's like to and every man can be satisfied by the guide for the married man.
Here we are to bring you the exciting new spring fashions. The bold look is in, hemlines are up, and there are innovations galore. Now let's preview the latest in evening wear as we present our first lovely model, escorted by Mr. Dick Smothers.
This flowing evening dress achieves its effect with yards and yards of white silk chiffon. And note the delicate camellia lay encircling the neck.
This creation is by Sarmi, Italian nobleman by birth, American by choice, who designs beautiful fashions for glamorous women. And now for another evening gown. Let's have a look at our second model, escorted by Mr. Tom Smothers.
This lovely lady is wearing an abstract print, also by Sarmi, Italian nobleman by birth, American by force. I am wearing a simple gabardine jacket with silk undergarments by Bill.
Tommy, we're only interested in ladies' wear.
Well, I don't know what kind of undergarments she's in.
For those of you who were not watching in color, this print is in shades of purple silk over layers of purple and pink chiffon. Whether in lace or lame, the uneven hemline, wrapped in front to show pretty ankles, can be most effective, as we see with our third model, escorted by Mr. James Durante.
Ladies and gentlemen, this lovely but slightly emaciated lady is attired in a Norman Norrell original. Doing wonderful. Which he terminates his harem evening gown. I call your attention to the statue Q lines of the Persian apricot. Has nothing to do with fruit. Silk jersey. Not to mention the sequins flowing down the side of the skirt and cinching at the waist. Okay, honey, take a break. Smoke if you got it.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your help. As we continue with our exciting spring fashions, we'd like to ask you for the male viewpoint.
Oh, yes, you know. It's kind of
Thank you.
something.
Here's something for late evening. Elegance mixed with comfort is the keynote of these sequin pajamas. Any comments, gentlemen?
I think it's a wonderful creation, yes.
Yeah, and the outfit ain't bad either.
Pull yourself together.
I stand corrected.
Tom, what do you think of these sequin slacks?
Well, I'd hate to put them on inside out.
White ermine returns to fashion in this floor-length fitted Raja coat of the finest and whitest ermine skins. Worn over a figure-skimming long evening dress in molten silver sequins. With long kimono sleeves, designed by Norman Norrell. Incidentally, gentlemen, you might be interested to know the dress cost $3,000 and the ermine coat is valued at $12,000.
Yeah, well, I know a fur that's more expensive than that.
No, cut it out, Tommy. There's nothing more expensive than ermine. This is ermine.
Has one, just a minute, gentlemen.
Yeah?
Has one who bought several on my day for conscientious employees.
You little devil, you.
I have to say, your brother's point is well taken.
No, it's not. I know a fur that's a lot more expensive.
Tommy, he's right and I'm right. There's nothing more expensive than ermine.
No, there is.
Okay, what?
Bumblebee fur. Have you ever heard of bumblebee fur?
Bumblebee fur? This kid's either a dropout or an ignoramus.
Have you ever heard of bumblebee fur?
I have never heard of a bumblebee fur coat. No.
Have you ever heard of a... Jimmy, have you ever heard of a...
Whatever you're gonna say, no. No, I never heard of a bumblebee fur.
Do you know...
I never heard of one. No.
Do you know why you never heard of a bumblebee fur coat?
I told you, kid, I never said it, I never heard of it, I don't know what you're talking about. Bumblebee fur? No.
No what?
I'm asking a question now. The tide has turned.
Hey, do you know why you don't see bumblebee fur?
I never seen a bumblebee fur.
But you know why?
Why?
Because they're too expensive. Nobody can afford them.
My luck, I gotta be sitting next to him.
Now let's continue. Let's see what's happening to hemlines. Here's the vest suit designed by Jean-Louis, noted California designer. It's made of hand-woven French wool in red and blue for the jacket and miniskirt. It's worn with a white silk linen vest blouse with a navy silk bow at the throat and a red and blue Breton hat. Well, gentlemen, what do you think of it?
That skirt has a good start. I'd like to see it when it's finished.
Next, a short evening coat that goes out in the rain in transparent vinyl, studded with rhinestones. Designed by Oscar de la Renta for Jane Derby. Worn over a slim white silk crepe dinner dress. Worn with a hat with the newest coif shape in white satin.
Hey, that looked good on you, Jimmy.
I just thought about that.
And next?
This kid is driving me nuts.
Next, a graceful short wedding dress designed by Gustave Tassel, famous California designer. Well, gentlemen, how do you like it?
I don't know where the dress came from, but I got a feeling somewhere, someplace, there's a naked Barbie doll.
This is the latest in bridal styling, and we'd like to see which of you gentlemen knows the most about fashion. We want to see if you can identify this creation. Tommy, would you care to say a few words about this model?
Yeah, that's Shirley, but forget about it. She doesn't mess around.
Dick, would you care to describe what she's wearing?
Well, it's a short wedding dress, but I don't know anything about it.
Jimmy, what about you?
Yes, well, I'd like to say that the veil is tulle. Tulle?
Toodle.
Huh?
Toodle.
Look who I'm asking. Look. It's tulle with a cap of silk patels. I knew that'd confuse you. And the press, and the dress. And the dress looks, we all make mistakes. And the dress looks to me like re-embroidered Swiss lace.
Well, that's amazing, Jimmy. That's absolutely right. How did you know?
Well, by the process of elimination. It was either that or bumblebee.
Jimmy, I gotta hand it to you. I didn't realize you knew so much about fashion.
Are you kidding, Dick? My sartorial splendor is the talk of every Parisian fashion saloon. Hit it, Riddle! Hit it! I'm Jimmy, that well-dressed man. I'm a better man than Dapper Dan. Say you can have your suits for $150. Take a look at mine for $20. Don't I look nifty? Say, just feel that piece of gabardine.
The finest piece of goods you ever see.
When he taught Rex Harrison how to dress to kill,
He didn't know his words from his English 12.
Say I'm Jimmy, that well-dressed man. Now deny that if you can.
He's Jimmy, the well-dressed man. The better man than Dapper Dan. You can have your suits for $150. Take a look at his for $20. Don't it look nifty?
Say I'm Jimmy. Yeah. Stick close there. Say if you think this suit is all that I own, why, I spent $300 on mothballs alone. Later, we got a lot to talk about. Say I'm Jimmy, that well-dressed man. Deny that if you can.
We can deny that.
I'm Jimmy, that
Well-dressed man.
thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. We want to thank you for being with us. And we'd like to thank our guests for tonight, the Turtles, Inger Stevens, and Jimmy Durante.
Let's give him a hand.
Yeah.
Next week, we have a special Easter show planned for you with Tony Randall, Jack Jones, and the Sid and Marty Krofft Puppets.
And before we say goodnight, I want to wish all the people in Nebraska a happy centennial. They're starting their centennial year right now, so we wish them the best of luck. And good night, everybody.
Good night, America.
Turtles were pre-recorded. Also appearing in tonight's cast was Pat Colson. The Smothers, and Durante song was written by Jackie Barnett. This is Roger Carroll speaking. The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was brought to you